first he's a Muslim.
Okay.
Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, are you live on air?
Yes, I'm live on air. Who's talking with me, please?
I'd rather not say my name. I just have a question.
Sure. What is the question? Go ahead.
I've been married for 21 years,
Okay.
and I was raised a Christian, and I consider myself Christian still. But my husband is a Muslim, but I really don't consider him 100% Muslim because he doesn't really, I think I know more than he does, but just from watching your videos and hearing them. But the only problem I have is I have 4 daughters. And I know for myself, I teach them what I can about, my religion. It's just a struggle for me because now I'm in my 40s and I'm questioning everything,
Okay. So what is your how I can help you in your,
like, slowly how to get him to see?
well, let me first switch to brother Amir. Amir, if you hear me in YouTube, if you can call me just in 5 minutes again, please, just so we can just help the sister, and I will be back to you. Listen, first of all, this is not, I'm not going to answer you first. I'm going to answer everybody in the future. Any woman, she will get married. You see, marriage have to be established between people who have something in common together.
Yes.
Okay. What do you have in common with this guy when you married him?
Well, according to him, how he explained it to me was that he believed everything I did.
Okay.
And it was going to school. When you go to elementary school, you go to high school, you go to university. He felt like he was at the university level. That we believe in God, we love Jesus, so it's the same thing, But now that I'm older, I see the light,
Yeah.
And I'm puzzled because I don't know. My faith is strong, and I just don't know if I should talk about it with him. I mean, marriage is serious to me. I want to be with him, and he doesn't pressure me at all when it comes to his religion. But I want that for my children.
Right. So what about your children now? They believe they are Muslims, they believe they are Christian. What do they believe?
I think they say they're Muslim. Their mother is Christian. We celebrate Christmas with my family. They get all these holidays every year. They accept everybody. But I try to teach them.
Okay? So, but for them, they think they are Muslims, the children's.
But in deep down, they think they don't want. They always say we don't want to marry Arab. We don't want to marry typical Arab.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
This is not about Arab or not. The question is, do they think they are Muslims or they are not Muslims? How old they are?
I think they think that they're 18, 16, 14, and 6.
Okay. Well, they are still young. And I advise you, you can get my books, you can watch my videos, you can share with them. You can use my videos to help you to explain things for them. That Islam is really a bad religion, a stupid religion. The most important is it's a stupid religion. Very important to focus on that. But the most important is for you right now is to try not to think of yourself, but to think about your family more than yourself. Your marriage is already.
I do. That's why sometimes I feel like crying because I feel like.
But how you can fix a problem you created? All those years, the let us say the problem is building up, and now it's became bigger than it was when you get married first day.
Yes.
The only way to try to fix things is to fight it, to fight this cult. How you fight this cult is to educate yourself as much as you can, arm yourself with knowledge, information, questions and answers. Be logical. Don't force your children to believe in something. Speak to them nicely, logically. Don't treat them as if they are stupid and you are the smart who knows, because everyone in certain point of his life he think he is the smart and the rest are the stupid ones.
Right.
And this is one day you decide to marry a Muslim because you thought you are doing a smart decision and you are the smart one. But later you find out now that it was not really a good decision. Maybe
I tried to slowly say, okay, we believe in God, but when you want to compare two people, two prophets, according to him, you cannot be Jesus. I always say that, he was sinless. He loved everyone. He taught love your enemy.
We cannot compare
Muhammad
between
didn't do
Muhammad.
any of that.
Compare between
There's
Muhammad
no
and
comparison.
Jesus is an insult to Jesus.
I
Muhammad is
know.
a child molester, is a criminal, is a thief, is a hateful, is a crazy man, is everything. So
I
we
guess
can,
I have to educate myself in the Quran too, so I can come up with, you know,
yeah, you have,
points and.
my friend, education is the most important thing we accomplish in our life. People that
Hello?
think, you hear me? Do you hear me?
Hello?
I hear you. Do you hear me? Look like we lost her. She hear me, but I don't hear her. Do you hear me, lady? Okay, maybe I should call her back. Anyway, listen to me carefully. I'm not going to call you back. Listen to me in YouTube. People, they work their life to accomplish a career. And the career, most of people they accomplish is to make money. And then they make the money. Do you hear me?
Yes, I lost you.
No
Sorry.
problem. I was saying that, you know, the most important thing in life is to accomplish is education. A human being without knowledge is the same as a cat,
Right.
who knows nothing except what it's programmed for, which is mean to eat, to go to the bathroom, and maybe to have sex, and that's it.
I mean, my parents were very religious, and I was raised to just treat people the way you want to be treated and love everyone.
But this is not a
And that's the way I am.
But this is not a Christianity. Christianity is
But
not. Christianity
that's
is not
the
about
Christian way, right? It's to love,
my dear
you know.
sister, if I can call you that.
Yes.
Christianity is not about to treat people the way people like to treat you only. This is nothing have to do with the Christianity. Actually, Christianity says many things, and we take only one sentence and we say my family are religious, but obviously your family did not succeed.
They didn't like it, but they
did not
saw.
succeed. No, you see, they
I
did not
know.
succeed. It's a failure. When a
Yes.
child he marry from someone is a Muslim, this family have a big failure. They did not educate you. They did not tell you that you as a Christian you should not marry from someone is not a Christian. The Bible full of verses speaking of that we Christians, we only if you are a person who converted to Christianity and you were married previous to your conversion, that is the case where you can stay in your marriage. But a Christian,
although I feel like he's more like us anyway, if that's possible.
I don't know him. I'm not talking about him. You see, I'm not talking about him. The problem is not him. The problem is his religion. He might be a good person. I don't know him. I'm not talking against him. I'm not saying anything about him. I'm saying that if we have two people, they believe in two different God, two different teaching, two different belief, two different ethic, how we can live together. Somebody believe that a girl, she can get married at the age of 6 years old. What do you would say to him? Do you like
Oh my goodness.
Do you like him to bring his friend who is 50 years old and say, I want my girl who is 7 years old to marry this guy? What you will do?
See, how do you answer to that? Because he doesn't agree with that either. So I'm like, well, people did that back then. Kings, and they married how many?
No,
kids
no, hold on. You see, when he say kings, they did that. Those are sick kings. They are not kings.
Yeah, it wasn't religious.
It doesn't matter who did that. Whoever do that is a sick person. So if a king do that, that's because he's sick, not because he is a good guy. And so I mean, they justify things, ugly things, in stupid way.
Exactly.
To the point, okay, someone he did that. As an example, they say to me, David, he have many women. Okay, David was a sick person at that moment, and he was a person who asked God for forgiveness. He prayed, he made songs asking God for forgiveness. He is a sinner. So who said that we praise David for his crimes? He did crimes, not only sin.
Right.
So there's a huge difference between saying a king he did that, and somebody says this is how God he wanted.
Right.
When a king he do that, we say this is sick, and he is sick, and he is ill, and he's a criminal. But you claim that this is a teaching from God, and you make followers by millions following you, which means follow your crimes. That is satanic. So why he didn't say to you why Muhammad did that? He would say that at that time people used to do that. Show me. Challenge him to show you one story of one Arab at the time of Muhammad did marry someone she is at the age of Aisha.
So do you believe that a lot of Muslims have evolved like today? Like, oh, his family, nobody marries 4 women. They don't, marry children. Like what is it? Like they're so strong in their faith.
No, because they don't have the opportunity to do so. If you send him back to Saudi Arabia,
they
he
think
will
it's
do that.
they don't think it's right. They say, oh, we can't marry
They
four
are
wives because you
hypocrites.
can't treat them equally.
They are hypocrites.
So it's impossible.
They are hypocrites. They are hypocrites. It's allowed in Islam.
Wow.
What we cannot treat them as equally. Muhammad was able to treat his wife equally. He had 13.
They don't say that. They say, how can you treat women equally? So it shouldn't be done.
Okay, that's mean the Quran is stupid again, because if you cannot treat women equally, and this is the reason not to marry four, so why Allah he says marry
Why is it
2
there?
and 3
Yeah.
and 4 if you can treat them equally?
Right.
In the same chapter saying he cannot treat them equally, so it's a stupidity contradiction. And why all the Muslims they practice that? Why Muhammad himself was practicing to marry more women, many women?
Because
more
he helped widows and
what widow? You help a
whatever.
widow by sleeping with her? Cannot I help you if you are a widow without sleeping with you?
Right.
I mean, what kind
I agree.
charity this charity is that a woman she need help, I sleep with her and I give her a sandwich. I mean, this is not charity, obviously this is abuse. A woman she need help, and who is the widow Muhammad he did help her? Name one for me. Khadija, she is the second rich woman in the tribe. How he helped her? He used to work for her.
I remember one discussion with my sister-in-law. She says, in Islam we have rights. And I stopped her. I said, listen, your mother has a will. You get less than your brothers. So how is that rights? Equal rights for women. If you go to Saudi Arabia, where are the rights there? Well, that's not a country. Like, it's not really Islam. I go, but
no, this is Islam. This is Islam. This is Islam. They are ignorant. I advise you, sister, to bring those Muslims who they are saying to you this is wrong and this is right. Bring them to your house and call me and let them sit next to you and let them ask me questions. Like now they say to you that this is not Islam, but because they are ignorant, this is what the Quran says.
I honestly believe they don't really know their own.
They don't know. I understand. They don't know. But at the end of the day, still you are associating and living with Muslims. This is the Quran in the front of you, chapter 4, verse number 11. It says that the man he will inherit twice as the women. This is Quran. They say to you this is not Islam because they are ignorant. But the problem is, obviously, with my respect to you, I'm not insulting you. You are ignorant more than they are, because still you cannot answer them when they say that to you. They say to you this is not Islam.
No.
Okay, but you cannot refute them. Why? Because still you have a huge part of ignorance in your life. You are living with them, but you did not learn about them, so you can refute them and you can make them believe that this is stupid. They agree that this is not Islam. Okay, so you agree now this is wrong, right? Okay. If I show it to you that this is Islam, you will believe Islam then is wrong? Use that logic. But in order to do that, you have to educate yourself.
Yes, I agree. So thank you so much for your work, and I'm grateful I found you, and I will keep educating myself and try to help them as well.
No problem. And don't feel offended because I said you have ignorance. I have ignorance too. All of you have ignorance too.
No, it's true. It's true. Ignorance is not a bad thing. It's just something you don't know.
Like if you if I write a letter in English, you will find maybe out of 100 words, I have maybe 20 words are wrong because I have ignorance in English. That's But the problem is, if we suffer from a problem, then we should not stay ignorant about it, because that is dangerous. This is our problem now. It's not something I can ignore, right? So in your case, you have to educate yourself. It became a necessity to you, not an entertainment. All right? Do you hear me, sister? I think I lost you. Anyway, you can still listen to me in YouTube. When you speak to a Muslim, you need to know what you will speak about before you speak to this person. Otherwise, they will make fun of you and you will look